Of course, as soon as I got done doing a short little video showing the new Flashload that we're testing for the Evo M51 board, Brian, our lead software engineer, sends me a brand new version, which I kind of knew was coming, but I wasn't sure about it. But anyway, it makes it work even better than it was working before, and I want to give it a try. Some of the features he incorporated just make it just a little smoother with a few less pieces that you have to enter as a user. So let's give it a try. I downloaded the zip file, and the way I'm doing it this time, before I had kind of just taken the camera and was just doing a real quick thing for social media. This time I want to actually spend a little bit more time talking about it, but still make the video short. Okay, here we go. It's a Friday afternoon. Friday afternoons, I get all rambunctious about video and social media and stuff and talkative, but here's what we're going to try. I've got the Evo M51 set up here. Now this is set up in, I like to call this the Evo box. This is an Evo M51, and it's sitting next to an Adafruit feather airlift, or an airlift feather wing. Anyway, that gives us the Wi-Fi connectivity so we can do IoT-ish types of things that we're not going to do in this video, but I've got a couple videos out there doing just that. Anyway, let's give it a try. So here's what we're going to do. I've downloaded it. I'm sitting here with the terminal. Now, the whole idea here is there's going to be this standalone command line app that you can run to flash a new image onto the FPGA on Evo M51. And there's so many other things I want to talk about that right now, but that's not what we're going to do. We're just going to give this a brand new test. And so if we go and look and see what's sitting here in this directory, I am going to the zip files there. You can see the files that came with it. There are a couple of bin files that we load, the BOSAC loader, and as well as, I don't know if it's BOSAC or BOSIC. I think it might be BOSIC. Anyway, and then the Evo Flashload program itself. I've done this before, so I should have in my history. This is the command that I'm calling. So Evo Flashload, I give it an input file, and the image is actually the image that this file, this .evo image, is something that we create, and it has the FPGA image and some other stuff around it that sort of allows us to be able to load it through the USB instead of having to have JTAG or anything like that. So that's what we're going to do. And if I just hit enter at this point, it should go out. It should query for an Evo board hanging off the USB. And this is the part that Brian automated, which was before it would go out there and look, and then it would need to ask, okay, do you want to send it? Which device do you want to send it to? Because it would list all the ports that are hanging out there, and then you'd have to enter it. Now it'll go and look, and if there's an Evo M51 board on there, because it sees our vendor ID, it'll just start programming. If it sees more than one, so if you have a couple of them plugged in, then it'll revert back to asking for which specific Evo you want to program. I guess I could have tried that because I've got a few of them sitting here. But anyway, the other cool thing that I just noticed it did, and I just noticed this before, and in fact, if you watch the other video, you'll see that as it's programming, it kind of streams down the page. But in this case, it's just staying right here. So it's just sort of iterating through, which is kind of nice also. Now, this takes a little bit of time to run, so I'm going to fast forward in time here to the completion of this. Okay, so as we approach the end of the pages that we're programming on the FPGA, I just wanted to say what it'll do now is it'll say, okay, the load is complete, so that worked. That means that the FPGA image is loaded, and that worked correctly. Now it's going to load another program or another sketch called get Evo info, and it'll dump out the information about the image so that we know, okay, what's on there, the SVN release, and some other information about the image so that we know that it's been actually updated. And so far, so good. This looks great. Just a couple of steps, really only one step that we don't have to do now, which is explicitly enter what port you want to program. And that's really handy because we know that some of our customers want to be able to just embed this functionality and be able to do basically remote updates of devices that they're going to be putting the Evo M51 board into. So being able to just run this at a command line and sort of have everything there at a system level or at a base level to do this programming is extremely handy, and not have to pre-select a very specific port. Anyway, looking great. Many thanks to Brian for getting this done, and this is going to be really slick as we continue to release different images that you can use on Evo, or if you want to do your own custom images through a methodology that we'll be talking more about in the weeks and months to come as more and more boards get out there into the wild and we have customers doing that. That is it for this one. Just wanted to do kind of a fun Friday afternoon vlog update. Evo M51 Flashload is working, and have a great day. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.